Hi Aries, readings are 50% off at lunarprofit.com right now. Okay, so let's see. You could have gotten knocked off course, and like been put into a really shitty situation. I feel like you were put into like a really depressing situation. This could have involved some shitty coworkers or people that things just did not work out with. It also feels like if this involves like a relationship with somebody, it could be you could have like been dealing with like a very immature, childish man boy. Something about last December could even be significant, or for some of you, it was somebody who had like the worst Sagittarius traits possible, even if it wasn't a Sagittarius. It does feel like maybe somebody was just immature and like they could have snuck around with somebody that it didn't end up working out with, and then they were the ones that were like really in sorrow over it. Um, there's also something about somebody could have lost a job, whether it was, I don't know if this is you or them. It could have even been that, like, people were like, if this was you, it might have been they were celebrating this, or I don't know. There's some energy of, like, if it wasn't people, it could just be there was someone else, like, having a really good time while you were having a really shitty time. And I feel like the tables are in the process of turning. A lot of you, I do think this is some sort of relationship, or there was something that just did not work out, and it put you in like a horrible mood anyway. Like, this is not something, I don't know, I don't think that you're looking at this through any kind of rose-colored lens. Actually, that's not your style. That's not your vibe, Aries. You don't do that. You don't look back. I feel like you are standing 10 toes down right now. You could be making moves in silence too. You could be like very like sure that this was not something that you wanted. There could also be somebody that is involved in this situation that is like hiding the fact that they're like really upset. And I feel like you're just low key like moving on, maybe quietly, because you already know, especially if there were multiple people involved in this situation, you already know like what they're like, so you might not want their weird evil eye on your plans or whatever it is you have cooking up in the background. I feel like you are like just like set on something, like seeing something for what it is, and like knowing that it was not a vibrational match, it was not a good partnership, whatever this was. And I feel like you're very much like aware of your own self-worth and like invested into yourself right now. Um, and I feel like you're like kind of moving on and like making plans of your own. And again, I feel like it's kind of quietly. Um, so there's like a few things that are coming up. I feel like one is that, okay, so one message is that for some of you, if somebody did triangulate you or sneak around with somebody else, they could have gotten that person pregnant, and that person may have like only gotten with him to like either for his money, maybe vice versa. There's something where it's like if she got with him for his money, he like didn't actually have any or something, because she's like shit out of luck. for some of you, you need to be careful because this is maybe, this is like the third potential baby trap warning. Somebody might come back on some like very passionate energy, especially in late December or sometime in January. They may try to like get you back. If this person was good in bed and that's all they were, like if everything else about him was a headache, they might try to come back with that and like maybe try to put a baby in you, and then you might be the one who is going to like have to carry the financial weight of that entire situation, because I don't know that this person has money. And then for others of you, I feel like, I mean, for some of you, and like, it also might be while he already has some other woman knocked up, or while he might have not fully left somebody or something. So, like, that's for some of you. But also, I feel like, in general, you might be working really hard and, like, growing something that you really, love, and, like, there's just some energy of, like, moving on from, like, a weird toxic family dynamic or like group of people that were weird and shitty to you, and moving forward. And also like whoever's having this baby is also in for that dynamic as well, so make sure that that is not going to be your story. Like there's, it's like if you get the vibe that that is like something that could happen to you, be very careful, because this is somebody that would walk away and like this would be a very unhappy situation. But like even if this is not you, this is like some asshole is doing this to somebody, potentially. Maybe like even like with the intent of doing it. Like someone might even be like, if this is also like another thing is like if this is someone you kind of like just moved on from without like putting up a fight, they might be on some like how dare you energy and come back just to like put a revenge baby in your body, just to like leave you pregnant and alone. And like, I mean, you're Aries, you would figure it out, you always do, but like be very discerning right now, because I feel like there's something there as well. It does feel like a lot of you could be starting a new business venture. You might be starting a new career path that you're gonna like a lot more. Um, and I feel like you're gonna have to maybe navigate who you do and do not want to work with as well. There's something where it's like if you're going into work for yourself, or if you're even if you're just starting at a new job, you're gonna have to be discerning about who you give your time and energy to work wise. There's also a potential for you to have to make some financial sacrifices to get something off the ground. So it might not be as like lucrative right away. I see you working really hard on something. I also have to warn you, there is some energy like bottom of the deck you have Queen of Wands reversed on top of Magician reversed, which is not great. So you could I mean, if this is you, like you might want, and even there's like King of Pentacles reversed with Page of Cups on top. So it's like, if this sounds like a situation you could get yourself into potentially, it's like there could be somebody who just either does not plan to commit or is not financially stable. And there could be a really sweet kid that comes out of this, but then it's like you could end up pissed because you're in the situation you don't want to be in, and you also don't want to be alone either. Like, and also you might be like back to the worst version of yourself. Like, you just got out of this. You might have, what was it? You might have Gemini in your chart. That reading might resonate with you. Because there was something, or no, maybe Taurus. The last couple of signs got like a couple of these. If you have any of those placements, one of them was like, you just got over this, or something, or like you just started to like gain your bearings again. So someone might be like lurking in the shadows waiting to like strike while the iron's hot or something to like come back in and like tempt you. Um for some of them, like they might be financially dominated by like a woman who is the one who has all the money. Like they might be in a relationship or something who he might have gotten with her for money, and that might be how she like keeps a leash on him. And then like maybe he like actually wants to be with you, but he like can't support himself or something. I don't know. Just don't like get mixed up with this person, because there could be like there's some weird energy happening with like a few of the signs, or just in general right now, where like someone might not want to fully move on from you, so they might either like try to like put a baby in you for like the sake of like having a reason to hit you up whenever they want, or B, like if their ego is bruised that you like moved on, they might be pissed and like think that they're going to be doing something slick by like leaving you alone with a child. Also, it's like maybe you don't want to be with, like, that's just because you can handle it doesn't mean that's something you want. And there's some energy of like by June of next year, you're gonna be like in the worst fucking mood ever if you have to like if you fall back into a trap with this person. So be very careful. And there's also something about I just see you're like you have the potential to be very pissed off and like wishing that you had done things differently. Like you're in a very crucial time right now where like one false move could change a very significant course. Um, and I feel like the temptation is like right around the corner. Let me see if there's like another, um, is there like another message for Aries? Oh, God. Yeah, you might like get back together with somebody. Something about November could be significant. It could also be like some unfinished business that you have to attend to, or like if you see this person, or if you're going to be at a holiday party, or if you, I don't know, there's something where you might be drinking and it might just like their feelings might come up. There's something where somebody does not want something to end, even though I feel like your energy is like, let me confirm, because I'm like, I feel like you're like, hell no. How does Aries feel right now about this situation? Okay, well, like, maybe you also are thinking about getting back with this person, or you might be restless about the situation. Maybe you go back and forth. Tell me what else is going on with Aries. Yeah, it's like you might not be in the mood to be alone. I feel like that's like what it is. And again, I feel like it could be like if you're drinking and like you're also like all of a sudden you get like it's cold, you're drinking, you're horny, whatever, like you just might not be in the mood to be alone, and then like one thing could lead to another, which could lead to like a really shitty outcome for you if you're like on the precipice of something like better happening in your life where like you just got out of this energy. Um, Give me what else? What could happen for Aries if, specifically a feminine, if she chooses to not cave into this? What's the outcome? You'll you'll have a lot of success. It's like your paths are so clear, it's scary. You can either like create a brand new world for yourself and a ton of success, especially if you start an online business or something, you would be able to like work really hard on that and make it, you might be able to like do it anyway, but it'll take you longer. It won't be as easy. You'll be pissed off all the time. You'll be dealing with some fucking asshole that you like were in your feelings about, that like got you drunk at a holiday party and then like ruined the next 18 to 21 to like 50, 80 years of your life, whatever it is. Babies are never done after 18 or 21. Like I've read for grown women that are like, when is my son gonna move out of my house? And he's like well into his 40s. So keep that in mind. Like everybody has, I'm not saying that would be your parenting style, especially in Aries, my God, but be very, very discerning, because you could either like have like a very successful life ahead, or like a very suck ass life ahead. And I feel like some of you are going to be like tempted, because maybe it's been a hard year, maybe like the holidays makes people very like nostalgic, maybe he has a way about himself, maybe the sex is really good, I don't know, I'm just a messenger, do not shoot me. Aries, I hope this gave you clarity or helped you, or at least didn't piss you off too much. I hope you don't hate me too much. If you'd like to book a reading, don't know why you would. I feel like all the readings have sucked tonight, but they're 50% off for a limited time at lunarprofit.com. You can also tip, donate, like, share, subscribe, comment, or do none of those things. You don't even have to follow. You can lurk, you can hate watch, you can do whatever you as the great philosopher T.I. once said, you can have whatever you like. But until next time, good luck, Aries.